Yeah, welcome back to some firehouse reasoning, see? Because it's the month of Leo the Lion. I feel we'll try and get you to think about this fellow that I think we reasoned about this guy before. Karma. Yeah? Try and focus your mind on karma. But I want you to focus your mind on karma in a way where we're going to try and look at the karma internationally. So, you know, like I was telling you before, if you watch previous reasoning, that each country have its own karma. You know, and everyone, and karma is a thing that go around and come around. So, what the people of the world should do now is to consider what part your country has been playing on this planet. You know what I mean? Because, like we say, you know, I think karma is visiting. So, you have to look at what part your country has played in the world over a period of time. In other words, the riches that your country have, do you know where it's come from or how your country got it? You know what I mean? Because if they got it by unfair means, then surely they are deserving some of this karma. You understand what I mean? So let's start with England here, because this is where we are. So we start in England. So England will be receiving a karma, if you understand. Don't forget, you know, karma can be of a good or a bad nature, depending on what it is the individual has performed. So it is up to the people of England then to collectively examine their history and their behavior, not individually, but collectively. Even going back to your forefathers or whoever you want to go back to, but collectively as a nation, and to see how this nation has behaved. You see what I mean? So that when the karma cometh, then you know that the country is due for good karma. So you have to examine, like I say, the fabric of your society. What build it up, you know, what made Great Britain great? If you know what I mean. Yes, because this is the only country in the world that is great. So it shouldn't be too difficult for the people of England to find out what made Great Britain great. What are the nation achievement? How did the nation treat other nation? I suppose you did explore Africa as a nation, because you know that even though Britain is a small nation, they explore all the way down there in China, in India, very busy in Africa, all over the Americas. So it shouldn't be too difficult, because you are great, so you have a great history, so it shouldn't be too difficult now that karma is about to descend, for the people to see what kind of karma the nation is due, or what kind of karma the nation deserve, if you know what I mean. Because, like I say, you have to examine your society, the things that you have in, what make you great. You have to find out the things that make you great. Was it honesty and truthfulness and all these things? The countries in Europe as well, you know what I mean. Because these when it comes to Europe, karma is coming here, so these people have to prepare, because there's a lot of riches in Europe. You know, you have the people of France, of Belgium, of Holland, and all these other places, and they've been living very comfortable for a long time, because their nation provided adequate shelter and adequate housing and adequate everything for them. But what I'm saying is now is the time for them to examine exactly where their nation got this riches from, or if when their nation went to other nation, if they behave honorably and treat them honorably. You know what I mean? So the people of France need to examine the nation of France and find out if their nation behave honorably and if they treated other people. Because I don't know what exploitation the French was up to in Africa, in Algeria, or in Vietnam, or wherever you go. Because the French, you know, they are they like the good life as well. And they make sure they have a lot of the good life, you know what I mean? So I don't know if you murder a lot of people on your way to the good life, like the English here. I don't know how many blood was shed in pursuit of this good life. That is not for the fire lion to judge such things as to or to decide what kind of karma should be descended upon your head. I'm just saying that with this being the time of karma, it is time for people to examine their nation. So you can go all across Europe as an example now and examine these nations and find out if their karma is good. And then my great champion there now, America, his karma, because karma is coming to everyone now. I was just watching a program today here now that and for the first time, well, not for the first time, but there was a Native American speaking, and he was saying in 1992 was the 500th anniversary of Christopher Columbus, as they would say, discovering the Americas. And he was saying now in that 500-year period or 400-year period, the Native American, because America is a continent, you know, that they lose over 340 Native Indians. That's how much they slaughter. Well, I couldn't put a figure on that still, you know what I mean? But I do know that when the Europeans, could they be Spain, England, whoever they are, when they reach those parts, they did do a lot of killing. Yeah, some tribes was extinct. If you was caught on a small island like Jamaica, and you like the Arawaks did, then extinction it was for you, for definite. So you know they kill a lot of people. These people, I come say, well, their empire, you know, they like to boast that they have the best country in the world and it's free, BBB, and all this. But it's where, you know, it's not your country. It's not your country. You are actually, you build your empire in the blood of the Native Indians. you don't know that those ancestral souls, that all those warriors that you go there and murder off, maybe they are the one now that you know that karma is coming round. You know, and you so America, I reckon you have a very big karma to face. Then you have all these people, they're all over the place in New Zealand down there. They will have to face their karma for what they go there and do to the people there. In Brazil and all those places. Australia is another outpost. These people deserve some karma down there, because there is built on some real bad men in Australia. Men that Britain didn't need, criminals. I see a lot of them. You go down there and you let the place run with blood of the Aborigines. You've brutalized him so much now he don't even remember who he is. He's turned to drink like the American Indian. You know, with depression. He's been humiliated, his land has been taken away, and he's been treated as less than human being. So, of course, in the laws of karma, because karma take all these things into consideration, like I'm telling you, the thing with karma is a very slow to react. It might take, karma is a man that probably takes centuries to react. But then when he move into action, he's very swift and decisive in his karmatic behavior. So, in the firehouse in this time, this is a story, you know. Yeah, it's a story that I overheard that karma is on the move to make sure that all the nations of the earth, be they European and like even the Chinese man down there, yeah, they are getting some karma as well, because they've suppressed a lot of people. The Japanese as well. The Japanese should examine their history. You know what I mean? All Africans, everyone, examine your history, whoever you are. Because karma is not like me, it's not partial. It's going to visit everyone, and you know what I mean? Pass karma upon them as it was internationally. So it's up to everyone to examine themselves to see who they are in this time. I would also be advising everyone then to examine themselves who they following as well. So, as an example then, if you are a Rasta man, make sure you're not following Selassie. You know, he's a very big star in Rasta. His Majesty I, Selassie I, that's what they say. He's a very big star. Now the Fire Lion has been advising human beings, whoever you are, that is not a very good thing to follow stars and to be busy idolizing and repeating their names and going on over and over with it. You know what I mean? So this is a time when you don't idolize star. Muslim, if you are, you've been idolizing Muhammad. And because he's such a bright star, you cannot see past this. I would say, I'm looking at a light while I'm recording, but I am not dazzled by this light. But it looks as if the light as Muhammad is so bright that you are dazzled, and your mind cannot think beyond this region. It is not a good thing to be dazzled by stars. There are things beyond stars. So get over this star business. Christians, well, you know, there's a lot of you dazzled, like I say, by the light of Jesus. You better get rid of this dazzlement and this fascination. And that goes round to whether you are dazzled by the Buddha. Whoever it is or whatever it is that dazzle you, this is the time not to be dazzled by anything at all. You understand? This is a time for you to know who you are and to stop. Let me have a drink here. To stop this ridiculous business of worshipping other human beings. You understand? Otherwise karma won't be nice upon your head. It is time for you to see the truth for what it is. I'm going to repeat, because it's repeated in all my reasoning, that the truth is within oneself. You know what I mean? The truth is not within a book. Or in a next, well, it is a next man, but if it's in you, why are you going to see the next man? If the truth is in you. You understand what I mean? So this is the time when you must realize, like I said in previous reasoning, that those who masquerade, I call them masquerade themselves as religious people, are nothing but masqueraders. Masqueraders do not know or understand God. Because if they did, they wouldn't have to be masquerading. Like I will repeat this matter now. All you who are in church then, because I like to deal with the church. I was brought up in Christianity. Excuse me. The priests, all you priests are doing a job. Similar, just like how a man go and work for a corporate, you get paid for doing what you're doing. No doubt you have a pay league. I bet the bishop get more than the deacon and all this kind of business, depending on what kind of work you are doing. Now, your wages are not being paid by God, is it? It's being paid by man. So a man or a next man is paying you some money to go and do a job for him or for his organization. You see what I mean? So when they are paying your wage to do a job, you know, like if a man is paying your wage, brethren, to build a motor car, you can't go in his factory to build a motorbike, can you? or to go into the factory and change the man design, or to argue with the man about how he designed his car, because he's not paying you for that. He's paying you to work, to do a certain thing. So you hypocritical priests and deacons or whoever are being paid, you hypocrites, not by God, because God don't deal with money, is it? If you are getting a wage for walking about with a dog collar, yeah? Or you get a little rectory house and a car, don't know what you get, but it ain't God. Don't deceive yourself into believing that, oh, it's because I'm doing God work why I find myself with a nice house, and and my children can go to certain school. It's not because of God. It's because of the men who you work for, who's got plenty money and who's got lots of church building all over the world, so they can afford to pay you, just like how Sainsbury's or Morrison's or any of the giant McDonald's and Kentucky can afford to have branches all over the place and employ different managers to run them under one company policy. You see, Kentucky is the same everywhere. So it's just the same thing with that garbage that you've been paid by devilish your paymaster. You are being paid by a paymaster, and your paymaster is paying you not out of any funds created by God, but out of funds created by other men, other little devilish men. And you are getting. That's, I reckon, your job is one of the most disgusting jobs. It would be better if a man have a profession as a thief. You know what I mean? Rather than to masquerade oneself as a spiritual guide for the souls of beings, knowing that you are not fit to do this job. But I know you are not worried about your fitness to do the job, because you are just masquerading to earn a living. Because this when you masquerade like that as a priest, well, one thing for sure, you won't be homeless, really. I've never seen a homeless priest. Yeah, no, or one that is hungry. I have never seen a starving priest. So you guarantee a safety net then, as it was. You know what I mean? So maybe because you are a coward, because some souls are cowards, so they would choose the cowardly way out by hiding, I say, in gowns or behind gowns, or hiding in these ridiculous and ungodly institutions that men have set up to rule their fellow men and to make money out of them. You know what I mean? I would, like how we are dealing with karma now, and you definitely know that the church system or the religious system is part of what karma will be dealing with. So it's time for you now to examine your religious system. You are, as an example, a Church of England here, which is a big organization. You've been making money a long time. Now, do the people or the members of the Church of England have a clear picture? Are you transparent in your business dealing, so that you are showing your members exactly what you have done with all the money that you have made? Where have you got it invested? How do I know? Only Karma could tell if you are not the one who is producing all these weapons, that you have not got money investing in these things. Because when you find people are hiding, because it's devil business, and if the churchmen are into wickedness, they wouldn't care, would they? You wouldn't care, would you? So I don't know where you got all this money invested. The only thing I know that as an investigator, that these people have been making money, like I say on previous reason before, a long time before industry. So you must have the money invest somewhere. What do you own? You should float it on what they call the stock market, so we can see exactly where your money is and what it is that you own. And you are just one, Church of England, many different, like the Catholics, they are very rich. The Pope should, the Holy Father, I appeal to you, this is the time of holy, Let everything be transparent. We want to know exactly how much money the Roman Catholic own, down to the last pound, yeah? And we want to know where all your investments are clearly, to see if they are really invested in in godly things then, as they should be invested, like you are claiming. Make sure you don't own anything that is might be warlike or against humanity as a whole. But I would hazard a guess that you are involved in pure evil. Because why, as a religious organization, would you want to have a bank? You should follow your own teaching and go in poverty like some of you saying. Go and live in bush. Why you want to have your own bank? And what are all them secret? How can a church have secret? You lock in the Vatican. The place should be open so everyone can go and see exactly what is in there, from when and not when. You understand? Because it's God's house. Why is only certain people allowed to examine what is in God's house? Are you stupid? That can't be God. Only Satan, only devilish and ghouls would want to hide anything so that you couldn't go there and examine it. If you was a genuine God man, what would you want to have to hide? if I was you, if I was the Pope, the minute I become Pope, I said, listen, everything in here, I want everybody to read it. Everybody couldn't rush in, but in an orderly manner, I want every human being to see exactly everything that we got in here, when it was, and tell them when it was put in here, by who, by and what, so that they know that we have no secret here, because this is the house of God and everyone is welcome in the house of God to see exactly, because God is not hiding anything, is he? So if you are acting on behalf of God, why are you hiding things? You see what I mean? There should be no secret. So if you are hiding things, that means you are in a secret organization. So it looked like as if the Pope is in a secret organization. And, I'm trying to expose this to people. I know that he is in a secret organization because he doesn't know God. Because he's just pretending at being pious. He cannot speak, he cannot rap from his own soul. That's because he's elected. When he come out, he's got to read from a script, like we keep repeating. Because, he's an elected official. So Karma will have to come up on people like the Pope for deceiving the masses, because he's just another one working for the organization. He ain't working for God for sure. Now, it would be best if people look at religion like this. Here in England, you have I use this example, but I use it again. You have the Labour Party and you have the Conservative. But they are actually the same power, they just appear to be different. It's the same thing with what you would call Muslim and Christian. The same forces play in both of you. Understand? It's one power playing both of you. So it makes you feel, one Muslim, you feel that you are right, and the Christian feel that he is right. But you're not seeing the truth, none of you. You are both blind. You know what I mean? Because they get both of you, they give you a star to follow, and this star blind you. The Muslim, they give Muhammad to follow, and give these one now Jesus to follow. But I can never get over the fact of how human beings can be so fascinated. It's no difference from how these ghouls, I call them, are fascinated by Elvis Presley. You know, Elvis Presley is only a man, and like I say, he wasn't a moral brethren. He don't sing any good records. You know what I mean? Most of these that you are glorifying, these egos that they give you, whether they are writers, actors, comedian or whatever, it's very doubtful if any of them have any sense. You know, these are usually troubled beings who have to act out some stupid, egoistic behavior. You know what I mean? But like I'm saying in the month of the lion then, from the firehouse now, this ridiculous worship of human beings, or even angel, whoever it is that you are focusing your attention on, like I say, and I'm going to repeat it again. All the beings that you are talking about, from Selassie to Jesus to Muhammad to the Buddha to whatever, whichever one you want to name, all of them come out of the birth passage. Just like me. So you tell me now, what advantage have they got over me? When they come out of their birth passage, they come out as babies. so did I. You see? After a while they develop and they had a choice. So have I. Now, what advantage have they got over me? Why is it now that I should ignore myself, who I am, to go and spend all my time idolizing them and telling other human beings how great they are, while ignoring myself? I am sure they never spend their life ignoring their self and admiring somebody else. No, this is not the way to be. And those ways are finished. Anyway, like I tell you, because the fire lion is the destroyer of all prophets, saints, teachers. Even the fire lion himself is no teacher. We just reflected. So, and anybody can reflect the light. It's like I say, the light. Everybody, God give everybody a mirror. Yeah, okay, your mirror is dirty, but you can clean it up easy. It's just a matter of choice. It's no big deal, you know. Any human being, male, female, God never leave anyone without a mirror. You understand? So that they can use this mirror to reflect the light. But you know that mirrors can get dirty, so they don't reflect any light. So what I'm saying to you, human beings, this is the time to clean your mirror so you can reflect light. Don't be going on about how Jesus great and what died on the cross and what happened on the cross and descended and how he was born by a virgin and all that. No one was born by any virgin birth. I'm going to repeat the virgin birth story in this reasoning. Yes, you can be born of a virgin birth, but not in the first instance. The reason why you was born into the world is because your mommy and daddy take part in sexual activity. You understand? That is the only way. So nobody, don't let anyone tell you that Joseph and Mary never did a thing, because maybe Joseph never did it for real. But don't rule out the next door neighbor or the one further up the road, because somebody did a thing. Because that's how human being come about. You know what I mean? The religious people, obviously, what they're trying to bamboozle your mind by saying, oh, God can do anything. You know, which God can do anything, but it doesn't mean that God is going to do anything. Like I say, He's not going to cook your food. So you come because of sex, and you come into the world, and you're living, right? This is how you can achieve the virgin birth now. We are automatically, when we are born and grow up into an ego. A person who is not the real person, but a person that get formed in childhood then by the environment and around. And it's very hard to detect that no, this is not who we are supposed to be. If you know, it's like you split within yourself. Now, if at any given time any human change from this egoistic person that he is, change properly. When you achieve this change, and this kind is going to be now a new person to replace the ego that you was brought up with. When this new person come about now, that is the virgin birth. This new character, if you want to call it that, or this new you, come about not because of any sex between man and woman, but because of action on the part of the individual, be the individual a male or a female. You know what I mean? Because don't forget, in Firehouse, we don't act like how you are acting here on earth, where you forget all about the female principle. You understand? You have completely debunked the female principle. But in Firehouse, nothing like that don't go on, It's male and female that create life. You understand? And that is the principle, that is the original principle in life. Original, what you call primal force of positive and negative that create the electric light to give light. You know what I mean? So you cannot exclude the female like these lunatics are doing. Like my friend was saying, they was having vote in the House of Lords to see if a woman could be bishop. In any case, how could the people in the House of Lords decide who could be bishop? What do they know about spiritual matters? That's totally ridiculous. It's all the idiocy of these businesses are coming out in this time, where women have to be, they have to have in a vote whether women can be bishop, or some men are running away to Roman Catholic, women are priests, you know what I mean? In Islam now, they are completely male dominated. Christianity ain't no different, because they're bringing the male principle by introducing Jesus. So only a man can be whatever he is, and Islam is totally against any woman speaking up there in any authoritative position, as if a woman could not discover and speak truth. That's just ignorant. But that's what go on in this these kind of idiotic religious movements. Because these places are not genuine. You're just there, like I say, we are men. It's like a men's club, a one-sided man club. And how can God imbalance things like that? God created male and female. How could God leave the female out? So when we find any situation where the female rights are not equally respected, we know that these people are ungodly. But what surprised me is that the female of the world still follow these gullible men and accept the fact, help to reinforce their own imbalance by accepting it. And not saying no way, they think, oh yes. And a lot of the women, I don't know, you women must be in love with Jesus. Is it his blue eyes or something that you cannot see that this image is used to brainwash you or to exclude you from your womanhood within life? You know what I mean? Male and female are supposed to complement each other equally. You know what I mean? But I don't know who lead who astray, if it's the men or the women. But whoever, you are all in this total darkness. You know what I mean? Which this is the time of, like they say, revelation, where a lot of things that has been hidden is now beginning to bubble to the surface. where we all should be able to see the injustices more clearly. That's why I'm saying now, if we should examine our country, you know what I mean, to see what it's done, what we've been living off, what has been handed down to us. You know, did our forefathers earn it justly? You know what I mean? And what we are carrying out, are we carrying on a just system? Which I know you're not. You know, because the same unjust system that perpetrate all those blood to build up the empire that you are now living in is still going on. You know, all that dirty, corrupted money. You know what in fact, it's going on to such an extent that I say the world is becoming, not becoming, it has gone to it is a very sick place to be. And there's one look on your side, I say, because if I had the power, trust me, I'll remove all evil man this minute. So that is on your side. At least, because trust me, if it was I and I who hold the power, all wicked men, I will remove you very, very rapidly. You know, I would, my friend was telling me about a movie, see, you know, and like this guy got the power. So he just created some things that ate metal. So I would say, oh yeah, that's very good, you know. I would create some bees and give them and let them have the program in them, and no dangerous metal will be able to hide from these bees. And I will give the wicked man 1 hour to abandon all his evil worship and aeroplane and guns and everything, and then let the bees go and they'll eat any metal they find. What is dangerous? You know what I mean, Marius? And if the men refuse to put the guns down, it just, after they finish eat the gun off them, they turn into flesh eaters and eat them as well. just eat you up. You see what I mean? That's why. And then these bees now, they would know good people. They wouldn't touch them. You know, they would just something like mark of the beast. Anything, any evil man or anything, they just eat them up. I wouldn't like to kill you then, you know. I would like you to stick around. So I would order the beast to give you one of the most painful bites that you have ever felt in your entire life, you know. And then you would want to get one more of them. It would bite you to the brink, to the limit of pain that the body can sustain. And anytime you ever think of doing, or you think of doing evil again, you will feel the fear. I will make one of those bees your partners until you cool down and listen. You see? And then when you listen now, you'd find out that there is no harm going on. It's like it's a similar thing to say if you wanted to make friends with a wild animal. So at first the wild animal is going, because the wild animal think, because he's wild, he thinks that you are going to hurt him and want to kill him and all this kind of thing. He doesn't know that you want. So you have to capture him and then, you know, slowly show him that you're not going to. You have no intention of doing what he's thinking. He's only thinking that because he's wild. So this is how evil man is and wicked. He thinks that the good man want to do. He don't want to do you anything. He just wild and, you know. But we just want to show you don't have to behave in that wild way, you know. You could at least be civilized. Fancy you now as an example, saying that you are a civilization, so you call yourself, and that you are a civilized man. I don't even know if you understand the meaning of civilization or what it is to be a civilized man. You know what I mean? Because a civilized man, as far as I'm concerned, is an honest man, an upright, a truthful man. You know, a man that would share his civilized ways with all other beings. But yet you have some man here now masquerading, telling you that they are civilized, and going around the place dropping bombs on other people, killing them, or sending their secret agent to start conflict, so that the other beings, like I tell you, can get to buy guns and kill one another. And at the same time, this is the very man now telling you how civilized he is. That's why I'm saying in the time of karma, you have to check your own country to see how civilized they are. Check this. I don't know how many arms factory they are in England. I don't know the figure where they got them hidden. But I do know that the amount of weapons, guns, bombs that you are making here, killing a full lot of people on the planet. They might not kill anyone here in England. You don't kill anyone here with your bombs, but you export these bullets and poison and all kind of other dangerous thing that you create here in England to kill other people. Now, karma take all these things into consideration. You know, obviously the people of England don't take that into consideration. Maybe they're only bothered about the GDP or whatever they call when they look at the money business. But they are not concerned to say, oh, well, we make some very dangerous bombs and some very dangerous guns, very dangerous bullets, very dangerous submarine aeroplane, tanks and all these things. I bet that is one of your best business here, making arms to kill people. I reckon it is. I reckon, when I say you making it here, you know, I'm not blaming the British people, you know. Hear me, normal English people. I'm not saying you are the one, because I know you ain't getting no benefit out of all this, you know what I mean. I'm saying the elite are the rich families are the who own the ammunition factory. I'm talking about them. Because when they make the money, they don't share it with you. They keep it to themselves and invest it, you know what I mean? So I'm saying, even those kind of things, the people should examine and say, well, who owned the arm factory? Is it the government? And if it was the government, the people should say, well, why... I think it's time you stop making guns and bombs. Find something else to make in it. We're living in... I don't think anyone is going to invade England now. Do you think? And start to capture England and take away everything. I don't think you are going to be invaded now in these modern times. So, if you are not going to be invaded, you could stop me. On moral grounds, you could say, listen, I'm not... No one is going to invade me. So I am not going to make any guns, any bomb and sell to anyone. I am just going to make enough for me. I know no one will, but just in case they try a thing, then I will use mine. But if they're not, I'm going to stop. So you see, you need to stop selling. Because if you are making gun here, you're not killing your people. What do you enjoy making guns to kill people? Why are you doing it? Because like I say, I know the majority of English people are not doing it. But you, Mr. Richman, why are you making money of selling some of the most sophisticated killing weapons to other human beings? And why are you making it in this country and implying, people who are desperate for a wage, to make these things to go and kill other human beings? And I know that most of them killing things that to kill people properly are made right here in Europe by Britain and France and Germany and Holland. All of them are very sophisticated at making all kind of killing things, all kind of gases to poison people, and they make a lot of money out of it. And the citizen seems to glorify this money. But it is not even you, it's the rich elite of you. Why should you be happy that rich elite people are making money out of selling guns and bombs? And why should it be tolerated when you're showing us that, Britain is having an expo, or America is having one, and this is the latest killing weapon? Why should that be a law? Well, I know I say why. Because if decent people own the television station, they wouldn't put such garbage on telly. No. Because if I was, say it was me then, and I own the television station or the paper. I know it does. I'm just putting it as a scenario then, and it was me who owned it, and I was the man who is in control. And then when I look Marius now, I see you put on the television there showing arms and people to sell arms. I would have you executed. I would kill you. yeah. If not, I would send you to prison for 50 years. For advertising killing weapon on my television. Yeah. And if I had the power as well, all those who are making gun and earning any money out of it, I would immediately remove you from this planet. You know what I mean? I wouldn't kill you, because all I would be doing is sending you to the next dimension. But I would remove you immediately. Because why are you here living off evil? Is there some side? I think some people get some kind of perverted pleasure. Because sometimes you can see it on a lower level, where a man kills for fun, and it turns him on. So I reckon these sickos at the top, who are making the guns and the bombs selling, you must get some form of pleasure out of terrorizing and developing weapons to kill your fellow human being. And then when I'm telling you, all the time that you spend developing these weapons and poison to destroy your fellow human being, you should have been spent trying to know who you are. You see what I mean? You spend no time trying to understand who you are, a lot of time trying to make a lot of money or to enjoy power. You know what I mean? And then because you're so stupid and blind, because you must imagine, in your idiotic mentality now, you imagine that you can do all this and get away with it. And I'm telling you, how are you going to get away? What are you going to do? Run away out of the universe? You must think that death is going to save you. All that is doing is removing you from the physical form. You go into the next dimension there, with the evidence of what you've done here, and your memory box as it was. So what is the point then of you and those who are following you? Like I say, if I was a priest or imam or anybody, this is the time to abandon ship. It's literally as if a war was fighting, and then when you realize that, listen, at first, but now it look like we are on the losing side. Why support negativity? Abandon ship. It needs some brave priest or imam in the church to break ranks and to expose those who are deceiving you. Well, one or two priests must have run away from the Roman Catholic Church before, but we need more masses of men in this time. You know, you are running these. Come out of the church and start to expose it as the pedophilic behavior that they're doing there, and all these other secret things that you're performing there. Cause whatever it is you are performing, it's no good. It is no good at the bottom, and it's no good at the top. It was set up by a devilish man for devilish reason, not to guide, not to spiritually guide you. I tell you, I've said it before, but I have said it again. The only way then that I reckon a man could spiritually guide you was to tell you that the power is in you, and that you should live right to bring it out. Any other man who is attempting anything, if he go there and build a building, him is a devil. You know, that's what I say. Unless he was, alright, let's say we have to go in a building, then we should go in there and sit around and reason. Or if one man know, he should be allowed to talk and the rest listen. But no one would be following him, because all he'll be trying to do is to develop the what is already what we call latent in a being, to show the being. And once the being know, it's like teaching a man to ride a bicycle. Once the man know to ride, he just go off and ride, and then he too can teach other people how to ride. That's all that it is. You know, anybody who is performing any ritual or anything, this is the time when you know that these people are devils. Because, you know, they have been exposed right now. Well, I am exposing them. I know about them long time, that they are satanic devils. They are not godly people. But more and more people should be able to see now. You know what I mean? That, yeah, these people don't know what they're talking about the blood of Jesus, or Muhammad was the last prophet. When you ask a man and say, brethren, I say Muhammad is, who told Muhammad that he was the last prophet? You say that they must say, oh, was the angel Gabriel or God. You know, who have you ever seen Gabriel? No one has ever seen Gabriel. And yet God, why would God want to come and whisper to you that you is the last prophet? Why never tell somebody else? You know, when he tell you that you was the last prophet, why never go to China and go and tell a Chinaman at the same time? Or come to Africa and tell us, so that we all know. But no, it's just one man turning up saying that he is the last prophet. Well, I come to destroy prophets anyway, because there is no need for no prophet. What has prophet prophesy on this planet? For what? So what? I say, oh, prophet Daniel, prophet this, prophet that, prophet whole heap of prophet. But all these prophets, whatever they prophesy, you know, see, the trouble is still going on. So we're not interested in who was the first or last prophet, because those things will sweep them away. All we are interested in is what is right and correct. You know, are you living right and correct? And if you are not living right and correct, like I say, I overheard. See, I don't know, you know. I overheard that karma will be passing through. You see what I mean? That's what I overheard as a bush doctor when I was catching down there in the bush, in deep Congo, like I say. I overheard a conversation, and that karma was saying that this man, these people on the earth are evil and wicked. You see what I mean? And I have been dormant for a long time. And now I feel it's time to flex my, you know, and visit all these people to see, give them what is due to them. So that's all that the fire line is appealing now in the 7 months, the brethren, sistren, check where you are. If you are in China, Russia, America, Europe, Africa, check the history of your country, because karma is passing through, to make sure that these what goes around come around, and that men pay for what they've done. Like our friend was saying, you know, take the decimation of the American Indians. Somebody have to pay. You know, you go there and you wipe out a lot of people. And somebody have to pay who live off all the slavery from Africa, I continent. Somebody have to pay. Cause if you know me as a fire lion, I haven't forgotten those days, me, you know. It's as if I was in it. So, and I know that the same system is still running. You see what I mean? So I am not like any normal who will say, oh, that happened already. Yeah, it happened already, but it's still as living today. So just like when I overheard karma was passing through, I say, yeah, yes, man, you should pass through there, you know, and make sure you give England a nice good whack when you're passing through. Because, you know, these people are responsible for a lot of things on the planet. And karma is a man who knows things. Yes, karma say, yeah, well, I know that, know what I mean. Don't worry yourself. You just sit back and watch the karmatic work at play. So that is what we're doing now. We're sitting back and we're watching the karmatic play at work, or what is transpiring in the earth. So all these upheaval that you see going on, and all the money and all everything, and the rain and the thing, that's just the rumbling, I would say, of karma. I don't think karma has really showed its You know, when you've been asleep for a long time, when you wake up, you kind of stretch out a bit, you know. So maybe they must just feeling the stretch of karma, but I don't reckon it's move. But once you make a stretch, you know, you can move very rapidly. It can be upon you in any second before you realize what's going on. You know what I mean? So it would be best for I reckon once karma start to stretch, no way of stopping it. I don't know where to stop it. So it's best if you prepare yourself then for the coming of karma, as it was. Was it a story or is it a true thing? I don't know if it's a story, but anyway, it's the best thing. Never mind if karma was coming. Alright, let's forget about karma because that is a story. Let us talk more realistic then. Coming to Let us start more realistic. Forget about karma for the second then. Because, you know, karma might... I don't know if that fellow was right or if I did hear it. But let's speak more realistically then. We are living in life. No karma ain't coming. Forget about karma. But we know what's coming. Death is coming. For sure. So, we don't know about karma, you know what I mean? Because karma might, you know how karma work. It might not happen. But we know one thing that will happen, death. So what I'm saying is now, I am not saying you're going to die this year, you know, or next year, the year after. I'm saying forget about all that. We know that we are going to die. So what we should do then, because you're going to survive death. The physical body will die, but the spirit will survive. So we don't want to reap what we sow when we die, if you know what I mean, by the bad action that we perform here. Now, no one can live here without performing bad action, but we can cancel out those bad actions by changing from good to bad. No, not from good to bad, from bad to good. Hey, sometimes you have a slip of the tongue. What's wrong with that? Yeah. So now is the chance for us then to change from bad to good before we die. You understand? Forget about karma. This teaching is about how one can save themselves before they die. You know what I mean? And because who knows when you're going to die, tomorrow or like I say 2040, you know what I mean? So don't worry about what they're saying about 2012 and whether karma might come or whether it might not come. I know, from what I hear, he's stretching out, but he might go back to sleep. Who knows? You know what I mean? But whether karma is coming or going back to sleep, I am saying no. It's best to ignore karma. Because at the end of the day, the purpose of life is not to come here worrying about whether karma is arriving or whether karma is not. The real purpose is to try and understand who you are. You know, and prepare yourself for dying. Because anyone who come here to die. Yeah, some people are of the opinion that they come here to live. You have it the other way around. Don't be stupid. You never come here to live. You come here to die and to learn how to die correctly. So what I'm saying then, because death is coming upon you, how did I get? It was karma that confused the issue. You know about this karma coming. It's not karma coming. I teach reality. That was just something I overheard. So I teach reality. Reality is now, forget about karma. I mean, that's the story. Real reality now is that death is coming. And that you've come here to die. You know, I don't know who teach you that you come here to live. Living is just a preparation for dying, if you know what I mean. But that's what Mr. Paradox said anyway. But that is, and I think it's true. When I examine the matter, I never look at it that way and tell Paradox. Not Mr., Mrs. man, Mrs. we try to give every credit to the male when sometime, like I tell you, these things are ladies, and Mrs. Paradox says that you don't come here to live, you come here to die. You know what I mean? And just like I tell you, the Aquarius is a lady. You know what I mean? But anyway, you come here to die. Now, you're not, well, most people don't die. It's a blessing if you die straight away, of course. Or you die young, you never have to go through the fire then. Yeah? But there's ways and means of dying. Some people can, you can die gracefully, honorably then, dignifying, But some people don't like those kind of death. They prefer a greedy death, a selfish death, a death full of spite and hate and lustfulness, a lover death and all those kind of death. That's not the way to prepare for death. You know what I mean? You should prepare for death in an honorable way, an honest way, in a truthful way. So in that way now, because I hear a story, I reckon it's true. Long ago, they say when men arrive in the earth, when they was born, people cry. Yeah, that was tears, lots of tears. There was great mourning that a soul has arrived on this earth to go through the struggles of life, because they know how painful and terrible life is. And when the soul died, there was great rejoicing that the one has finished the journey. But now, it's like the other way around. They're all crying when the soul dies. No one laugh anymore. They're not happy for the soul. That some of them are saying, I miss him. He should still be here suffering torment. You know what I mean? Why did he have to die? Poor man couldn't even walk, or the woman, she couldn't even see. But some relative wanted to hold on to her. So she stayed here. And when they die, they're crying that they should be. They're not happy for them to die again. You're not happy for people to die again, are you? Every time somebody dies, you let off great lament and go on about woo-woo. So no one is happy, no one showing any joy of people dying. When somebody dies, we should have a great party. You know what I mean? Eat lots of food and play lots of music. Enjoy yourself. You know what I mean? That this person has died. And be glad for that person. And then we should be looking forward to our dying. You know what I mean? Arranging a nice party for when we die. You know what? Because I've always said I would like to arrange my own funeral then. And maybe some of what I'm saying here, when I die, they can use it at my funeral and say, listen, I have lived a very long time. You know what I mean? And I am looking forward to death. To dying, that is. So the day now, when you hear that I am dead, don't be crying for me, because trust me, it is a day that I look forward to. It's only because I understand the rules a bit why I don't commit what they call the suicide. You know what I mean? But trust me, if I die tomorrow, I will be happy the day after the day. So whenever time you come into my funeral and you see my body there in the coffin, don't be lamenting and saying, no, I want people to be happy. To be saying, yeah, this man is living, he was suffering a long time, you know what I mean? And now he's finally on his way. He's played his part in life and he's gone. I don't want no one lamenting for me, you know what I mean? When I was going through my suffering here on earth, I ain't see no one lamenting for me and crying, saying, I'm suffering and the pain that I'm feeling and and all these kind of things. So when the day come and I get released from all these agonies and things, I don't come near crying for me, whether you are my son or daughter or grandchildren for that matter, or friends or whoever you are. I want you to celebrate, to play some roots music, because I don't like any other music. So when you are celebrating my wake, or what you call it, make sure all of the music, every single one that you play, have to be roots, spiritually roots music, reggae, hardcore, see? Where the singer is singing positivity. Or if it's not a singing music, it has to be dub, roots dub, hardcore. So that's how I want my funeral to be when you dispose of the body. You understand? So that's looking forward to death. But that's because I have acclimatized myself with death anyway. Because I couldn't get myself acclimatized with karma. You know what I mean? But I could listen to the fella then and hear his story, because to me he's a storyteller, because I don't know whether he's telling the truth or not. But I know that he's telling the truth. So I would rather listen to that and prepare for that rather than karma. But that doesn't mean karma won't strike, if you know what I mean. Because karma can bring death. Oh yes. So the funny they work in units and you never know karma come a lot of way. Anything can go on. Karma is like a hurricane. Who knows what he might blow down? Trust me. Dangerous. Karma can be very destructive once he is awake. You never know what he will stir up. But I don't know. That's what I mean. So I can't rely on karma. But I know for sure that you will die. Or I will die. When you will die, I don't know, but you're definitely going to die. You see, like anyone who listens to this video, you know for surety, that's a certainty that you must die. Innit? When, I don't know, when we're going to die. But karma now, which I overheard down there in the jungle in deep Congo, when I was on a reconnaissance in the jungle, you know. I was on a reconnaissance too. Because I'm a bush doctor in it. I was seeking certain herbs. Yeah, and I heard karma not talking to me, but somebody else he was talking to, you know. And he was saying he feel like passing through and bring some karmatic reward to these people, because he hasn't been around for a while, you know, and these people do some karma. You know what I mean? So, but I don't know if it's true. You know what I mean, Marius? I don't know if it's true, if karma is coming, but I know that that is true. So that's why I don't really teach about karma as such, but about the surety of death. You understand? So that is showing me now that, listen, you better prepare for dying so that you can have a good death. So that when you pass through the physical, you know, you don't have too much evil on your memory and things. Prepare, clean yourself as much up as you can, because that's what life is. Okay, you get dirty, but you can have a bath. Can't you? Anyone can get dirty, but we have a bath. So if you are dirty, if your character is dirty, go and hold a fresh. You understand fresh? That's one of them words they use in Jamaica. They say, go hold a fresh. Shower. You know, freshen yourself up. So if your mind is dirty, which a lot of you are very, very dirty with your dirty sense. You're so dirty, you're only looking good on the outside, but you need an internal shower. Because one thing you don't want to do, karma don't like dirty people. And I am not saying karma is coming. I am just saying that karma don't like dirty people. It will clean them up. You understand? So if you are dirty, this is the time to clean yourself up. In case karma come along, which I don't know if karma is coming along or not. I am not saying that it is. I am just saying that I overheard a conversation. And you don't know, karma is not a thing where you can say, oh yeah, definitely. Like how you can say, I could say to you, oh definitely you're going to die, no problem about that. You know? I don't know what year or what month or what day or what hour, what minute, what second, but you must die, it's for certainty. But I couldn't be that precise about karma. You know what I mean? So the only thing I can say to the human beings then, karma is real, you know, I overheard him, is that I overheard karma saying that it's coming. And the only way to save yourself from karma is to make sure that you are up to date, as it was in the moral behavior of how a human being should be. Because trust me, karma doesn't joke about when he come, you know. Karma is a man that will let you enjoy what you're doing while you're doing it. Yeah, and he won't disturb you. But whatever it is that you are doing, he's going to reward you for it. You know? I say he might react slow sometimes. But now I feel he wants to come with a planetary karma then, nationally. I feel that's what him and the other, whoever he was talking to, I couldn't identify who it was. But I know he was karma because I know the fellow. And he was saying, no, he's intending a national karmatic movement. But never mind, he might just be saying that anyway, karma, you know what I mean? Because you can't tell with karma whether it's true or not. But with that now, because I know that myself, I've spoken to him many times, you know, visit his house, know where he live and everything, no problem. He is definitely coming, there's no doubt about that. It's just a matter of when. So in that case now, if you know for certain that is coming, all you have to do is to prepare for that. So don't worry about karma. Just prepare for that. Now the way to prepare for that is to make sure you're honest and your intention. You know your intention is pure and clean. You know the intention that man cannot see within a neck. That is the one. Make sure that it's clean, pure. Now when it's pure now, you'll be thinking of one love, the one earth, and to share everything with every human, just like you are. So that is the way you are supposed to be set when you go through the doors of death. You understand? And repeating again, coming back over. Only you can save you. No one else cannot save you. I'll be surprised. Well, I'm shocked anyway still. How people still go and join these, like I keep repeating, these movements. If anyone who is listening, just for a laugh, if you've never done it, yeah, go on the God channel, 590 and so on the Sky channel. Have a look at some of these who are making money out of gullible people who call themselves religious or spiritual teachers, and see how ridiculous they are. But have a look at their audience. They might be ridiculous, like I'm saying. I bet one of them would say to me, oh yeah, you are saying how ridiculous I am, but look how many followers I have. And look at the car that I've drive, and you are still sitting there, you've got nothing. All you are saying is how ridiculous I am, but I am the one pulling in the people, making the money. Him literally, and it's true. I would have to say, hey, you're right. It look like talking shit is a better business than talking what is sense. Right now it is. If you can dish out a lot of I won't call it garbage. If you can dish up a lot of shit, trash talk, that make absolutely no sense at all, then you are in business. If you can preach what you don't know, I would say, if you are good at presentation, then where you go and you present what Peter said and what Thomas and Daniel and some people far away, you know, talk about what they did and how they did it and where they go. You are in business. You don't have to talk nothing. You don't have to nobody explain nothing about who you are. All you have to do is to be able to be good and talk about what Jesus did and he and his disciples and where they go and how they did this and they said that and all that. And you are in business. Because you can now cater for the gullible. You know what I mean? But I'm saying gullible people, man. This is 2012. Forget about whether karma is coming. Because I don't know whether karma is coming. Although this talk is going to call, we can call it the coming of karma. Yeah, we'll call it the coming of karma. But we don't know if karma is coming. But we know that is coming. But anyway, beware of karma. You know what I mean? Well, anyway, hear what now? Because I feel that karma is coming, I feel I better run off the run out the firehouse and go and look some shelter. You know what I mean? I feel the only place you will be safe when karma is coming is with death. What you reckon? Safe in the arms of death. I think karma said he's more frightening than death. But then you can't believe what karma is telling you. Karma said karma is a man who likes to wipe away the powers of men. You know? Karma is a man who, as to what he said is just, it pissed him off, like they would say in England. How evil men just seems to get away with so many evil. So he wanted to show them who was the Don. That's what karma says, you know. He wants to show you who is the Don. But then again, you don't, you know, you can't, anything you hear karma say, he might just have been bluffing. He might just have been bluffing, karma. But I know that death is not bluffing. You are going to die. And when you die, right, on your memory box, we got all the evidence of your deed. So I don't have to rely on karma coming to get you. You are under arrest anyway. You understand? I am the fire lion, so I know these matters down to the T. I know I don't need karma to come and do what he claims he's going to do. I'm not bothered about him. I know that whatever you, any human being, in fact, I'm going to tell you this. I think I've told you before anyway. The fire lion is not in the mind like every human being who is living now or who live in the past lived in their minds, and they achieve enlightenment in their minds. You understand? But right now in this time, it's literally as if then, I'll see if I can tell it to you this way. You know, like when a woman get pregnant and give birth to a baby, it's a new baby born there. Well, the fire lion has impregnated the spirit within his mind, and it has given birth to the fire lion. The birth, and this baby now is a spiritual baby. You understand? It's not from the land of, it was born out of the mind, but it come from the spiritual land. You know, like call it what you want, but all of you now are in your mind, and you cannot achieve this birth that I'm telling you about. You know what I mean? It's only one who go to firehouse. So even though you won't accept such a procedure, like I'm telling you, I and I is the only one who is in firehouse in this time. So that is why I can tell you all these things from firehouse. You understand? Ain't no other teacher in firehouse. And like I tell you before, stop thinking of this thing. I think, oh, how like I'm bragging that I am the only one in firehouse. What I know is for the team. Life is a team game. Ain't no big deal about that. You know what I mean? So let it ring, man, when I answer that. So it's only the fire lion can advise you and tell you these things in this time, in the 2012. Because like I tell you before, I am not speaking from within the mind, but from beyond the regions of the mind. So ain't no beings, like whether you want to take it as a brag or a home brag, like I tell you, ain't no being who can out-reason the fire lion where it comes to knowing God. You understand? Because I am not from within. Plus, like I tell you, I am the one who have seen the one. Go and you worry yourself about it and get all kind of excited about that. Ain't nothing excited about that. I am just telling you that I have seen the one, and I know that none of you have seen the one, and none of them masters who passed through before have seen the one. Because if they did, they would have said so, wouldn't they? Just like I am saying so now. But I can back up what I'm saying with lyrics. You understand? Now, if I was speaking stupidness, then maybe I never see the one. But what I am speaking was taught to me by that one. It's up to you to listen and well, you know, like I tell you before, some have ears to hear and they do not hear. But anyone who hear them And no one say, oh yeah, he's speaking from the depths. I am doing so because I have seen the one. You see what I mean? I can speak from deep, 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 deep within the firehouse. You understand? So I am speaking from deep, deep, deep within the firehouse because I have seen the one. And I am here to introduce the new way to the planet, if you know what I mean. Yes, so it's not, the way is not my way. I do not own the way. I do not own the one. I am not the one. Like I repeat, the one dwell within all. I just happen to see the one, so now I can reveal the one to all and the ways of the one, or how one come to make a connection with the one. That's how I come to be the fire lion. You understand? Now, being the fire lion is, as an example, I am not rich being the fire lion, am I? I am only saying I'm the fire lion to myself. No one believe anything that I'm telling them, you know. I am saying I haven't got any following, you know what I mean? It's not as if I've got rich out of saying I'm the fire lion, I'm the fire lion. I can't even fix my own teeth. You understand? Any one of you rich people out there, you're very rich, you have load of money. If you ever see this video, you can pay, send me to Harley Street to fix me teeth down there. Yeah, because you've got loads of the paper. But I can't do it myself. You know what I mean? I can't buy myself a house out of being a fire lion. I can't even leave England. I don't have no money to leave. You understand what I mean? So there is no material gain or reward out of me saying that I am the fire lion. I have made no money out of it. You know what I mean? But I don't want to make no money out of being a fire. But you couldn't make any money out of being a fire lion. Fire lion come to destroy money. We are not lovers of money. We are destroyers of money. We see money as evil and those who construct money system as evil. So we are here to destroy all evil, to sweep away everything from out of the planet that is have any bit of evil in it, be it a banking system, political system, money system, any kind of system that is crawling upon the earth. You are very lucky that I am not that fellow called Karma. Because if I was, I'd be visiting you with a sweep. But anyway, instead of me here warning you about this Karma and all this death, somebody has been ringing my phone consistently. So I am going to wind down this reasoning from the firehouse, see? And I'm going to meet you on another reasoning soon. But before we fade away from the house of fire, look out for Karma coming. You understand? Well, all eyes will be on England here in the 2012. All eyes are on England. And England is due a Karma. I don't know when it's coming. Could be this year, next year, the year after 2097. I don't know. But anyway, I am going to fade out from the firehouse. And while I'm fading out, you keep a lookout for Karma. Karma is coming. Well, so he says, fade out and fire out, see?